Today on GardenFork, learn how to make maple syrup. Stay tuned. Here we are. We're at my friend Bill's Sugar Shack. This is a really fun place to be, and Bill is one of the first people I met when I moved to this town. He's got one of the biggest hearts in the world, and I've been asking him for a while now if I could come interview him making syrup, and I think you really like this. All right, let's go.
Sun is bad, but it'll get too warm, but the other thing I like about it. Oh, the other thing I got to tell you too. I'm up here boiling sap in that tank. Well, you got oil frying. Okay.
So that's
Sap
maple.
looks a little yellow. Part of it's because it's in the galvanized tank. Part of it's because you're looking through approximately 8 inches of sap. Okay. But you can see when you hold that up to the light.
Maple.
That's not green. Not that yellowish color that you see in there. That's,
Yep.
you know, it's nice and clear. It's testing about 37 to 1 today, which is still relatively sweet. So if
How do you figure that out? How do you?
I have that hydrometer. Yeah. That's how it's calibrated in the brick scale.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. That's the bricks thing then.
It tests the viscosity of the sap. It's calibrated at 38 degrees Fahrenheit. So if the sap is the temperature of the sap is 38 degrees, it'll read relatively accurate. So that's reading right there about 2.3. So that's how we test our sap to get an idea. See? It says right there, bricks for sap at 38 degrees Fahrenheit. We don't get rich on it. I give it to people that help us, and I give it to neighbors, and I've got a big family. I walked up the hill. These guys had a cloud of steam coming out of this little shack. It was a beautiful picture. The only better one that I've seen.
Keeps the same level all the time.
So that's letting in as much sap as there is water evaporating off right now.
Right.
Through that float right there. You can see it on this side a little better. See it right there?
So that float level determines how much of the sap comes into the tray.
Now the amount of sap that's coming in here through that float is the same amount of liquid that's going off from the steam going up through the roof.
So and then it goes through these different channels?
Now, it comes in through here and it goes in through that piece of pipe right there.
Right.
It's into this cup. Okay. Now in order for that to get from this baffle into this bay, which is the center bay,
right,
it has to go all the way down. And underneath this fin right here, you can see there's a little opening underneath that fin.
Goes through that hole.
And it goes down through here.
Yep.
Has to go through the hole in this fin.
Yep.
It goes down that bay. It comes out through the cup that's on this side. Then it goes through this bay. And this pan, the baffle, which is going the opposite direction.
Right, so there's a hole
There's
down
also
here.
a hole down there.
Right.
That's how it gets into this bay. Then in order to get from this pan to the finished pan, it comes out through another cup, around through another U-pipe.
Right.
Comes into here, then it's in this bay, and that one is open as well.
There's another hole here.
Yep.
So this is the finishing pan here.
Yep, and this is where we draw it off way over here on this end.
All right.
Well, obviously when it's coming in as sap,
Yep.
there's more water than sugar, obviously. As the steam goes off, you got more of a sugar content in each bay.
Right.
So as each bay boils off, you get more steam, you have more sugar content. The cold sap that's coming in behind it is pushing the thicker stuff forward. So here is probably boiling at 213, 250. And this pan is between 217 and 218. And this pan is between 218 and 220. When it gets to be 219 or 220, that's when my product is ready.
All right.
Maple syrup boils approximately 7 to 7.5 degrees hotter than water boils. Water boils at sea level at 212 degrees.
Right, so it has a higher boiling point
Has
than
a higher
water.
boiling point.
You see them. Actually, you can eat them now. Oh yeah.
This arch was rebuilt by my father and I in about 1982, I believe we did. It belonged to my wife's grandfather, who owned this farm before me. He came here in the mid-40s. He came here during the Second World War.
So this sugar shack has a history.
This sugar shack has a history. The original little square building was put here in the 40s. They used to boil outside on an open pan.
How many gallons are in this at one time, roughly?
Probably, there's probably between 20 and 25 gallons in here.
I think it's amazing.
It's still done the old-fashioned way, but it's the same process. It doesn't make any difference how you do it. You have to eliminate the water from the sap to get your sugar content, bring it to a boil, you know, and purify.
Of course, makes too many birthdays.
The most I've ever made in this sugar house was 74 gallons. We probably had 150 or 160 pails out.
Yeah.
Had a lot of help, you know, and it was a good year. It is a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do a lot of work and you don't get any product, which is, I'm afraid, what's going to happen this year.
Yeah.
Like I said, Kent Seeley said that we make handcrafted maple syrup. We tap 100% sugar maple trees. We tap all healthy trees. I've been doing this long enough I can tell by the bubbles. See how shiny they are?
Yeah.
You see how they're shiny here and they're shiny there and they're almost kind of shiny there, and over there it's foam. See that? See that hanging there a little bit now, starting to sheet up? But I know that's syrup in the pan because I shot it with the dipper. I tested it with the dipper. I have it right here on the thermometer. Can you do something real fast?
So your rule today is when it gets to 220, it's syrup.
Yes.
So that's today's.
That's right there. That just came out.
Came out about 5 minutes ago.
Oh, right there. It's pretty nice.
That's beautiful.
That's great. Nice.